Ever feel like you just can't win? You know that feeling, right? That deep down sense that no matter what you do, you're kind of walking into a trap. It is exhausting. So you think, okay, I'll be honest, I'll just tell the truth because that's the right thing to do. And what happens? You end up feeling like a total doormat. It's like people take your honesty and just twist it, use it against you. All right, plan B. You switch it up. You decide, I'm just going to be kind. You help people out. You give them the benefit of the doubt. And what do you get? Inevitably, that kindness is mistaken for weakness, and you're left feeling completely exploited. It is just maddening, right? Okay, fine. Forget everyone else. You decide to just focus on you. You put your head down, you work, you grind, you finally succeed. And what's your big prize for all that sacrifice? Envy, judgment from everyone around you. It just feels like there is no right way to play this game. But here's a thought. What if the game itself is the actual problem? What if the point isn't to find some new, clever strategy, but to wake up and realize we've been playing for the wrong prize this whole time? Okay, let's really get into this. Let's just cut through all the noise for a minute. You know, all the goals society says you should be chasing, all those weird metrics for success, all of that confusion. When you get right down to it, what are you actually searching for? You know, when you strip everything else away, this is what's left. It's basically wired into our DNA. We all just need a sense of value, that feeling you get from being truly seen and affirmed. And we need a sense of belonging, which really just comes from being loved. That's it. That's the whole search. It sounds so simple, but it's also incredibly profound. So, okay, knowing what we're looking for, that's one thing. But what do we do about that relentless static inside our own heads? The anxiety, the constant overthinking, that endless loop of what if that just steals any chance of peace. This is gonna sound almost too simple, right? Maybe even a little counterintuitive, but it points to a really powerful truth about how our brains actually work. A lot of the time, the fastest way to heal your mind is to just occupy your hands, to just get up and get moving. So here's how it works. Your brain, well, it has limited bandwidth. When you actually get busy, when you're fully engaged in something, whether it's physical or mental, there's literally no space left for all those abstract worries to just sit there and fester. The cycle of overthinking just stops. So see, being busy isn't just a distraction. It's more like a treatment. It starves the chaos and it creates clarity through pure action. Okay, let's talk about one of the absolute hardest parts of being human, letting go. When someone you care about leaves your life, man, it can feel like such a personal failure, like a wound that's just never going to heal. But what if there's another way to look at it? Just think about that for a second. Every really significant connection we have is like a purposeful exchange. We meet people because we have a lesson to teach them, or a lesson we need to learn from them, a gift to give or a gift to receive. And when that purpose has been fulfilled, when that, let's call it a cosmic debt, has been paid, the chapter closes. It's not a rejection, it's a completion. So if we can really learn to accept these completions, to let go of what's over, then what's next? How do we move forward? How do we totally redefine what success even means for the rest of our lives? Well, this is all about winning the second half. Okay, first step is to let this sink in, like really let it sink in. That whole struggle to prove yourself, to become something, to justify why you're even here, it's over. Just being here, breathing, experiencing this moment, that is the victory. You have already won the game. And think about it. If just living is the victory, then the whole objective changes, doesn't it? The goal isn't about collecting more status or more stuff anymore. The goal becomes preserving the prize you've already won. Your health, we're talking mental, physical, spiritual, that becomes the real treasure. And finally, this is the big one. This is the ultimate realization. See, we spend our lives chasing things we think will bring us happiness. But that's the trap. That's the old game. Health is the goal, something we have to actively work on. But happiness? That quiet, genuine joy of just being alive? That's the underlying truth of everything. It's not some destination you arrive at. It's the reality you can choose to live in right now. So, I'm gonna leave you with this one question. If you just stop fighting, if you stop fighting these battles that were never really yours to begin with, and you accept that just being here is the win, who does that free you up to become? Who are you now that the war is finally over?
Subscribe for daily wisdom.